What kind of people is gatekeeping supposed to be protecting the community from? Let's start with the obvious, it can't be the casuals. Thanks to anime becoming mainstream when they shouldn't have, the majority of the community is now comprised of them. As much as the veterans are annoyed by them, they too began as casuals. Nobody needs to keep them out, since they will either leave on their own or they will stay long enough until they no longer are casuals. Then it's the issue of you are not an anime fan if you only like one or the most popular anime. That is true, you are not a fan of a medium if you only like and watch very certain things. But is that a reason for kicking you out of the community? It's okay if you point out they are not actually anime fans, as much as they are fans of a certain show, but that's it, there is no gatekeeping needed for them. They will either stay in their little corner, or they will eventually try out different things, and the problem will be solved on its own. And what about the fanboys? Most of them are casuals who love to overpraise the few shows they like, and they often slander every other show is inferior. They are the source of half of all toxicity in the community, since they use mental gymnastics for making it seem like the thing they like does things no other show can do. Which is a lie, and when people point out these lies, many of them become offended and do all sorts of bullshit, including attacking the very people who are making the shows they like so much. If someone needs to be kicked out, it's them, because they are delusional and they exist only for spreading lies and creating drama. Something which is a natural follow-up to the fanboys is the subcultures. Since every show has its own subforum or subreddit, it automatically becomes a breeding ground for fanboys and toxicity. There is gatekeeping going on there as well, and it's about kicking out anyone who is pointing out the issues they have, aka not being a mindless fanboy. If those fanboys keep to themselves and don't annoy anyone outside of their safety bubble, then there is no problem. But sadly most of them eventually come out and spread the very lies and toxicity that has been brewing for years in their stupid echo chambers, which results to a lot of drama. It's what happens when casuals remain fanboys for an extended period of time and never try out something different, or they actually believe a mediocrity is better than any other show. Such people are unsalvageable. There is no way you can reason with them because they have been mind-washed in a way. Kick every single one of them out. Let them stay in their corner of the fandom all they like. And never allow them to be part of any discussion because they have nothing to discuss. They exist for fanboying the same shit over and over and for ridiculing everything else. A last thing I want to address is the exploiters. Those who can be either casuals or veteran anime fans, but instead of promoting interesting discussions and keeping the community healthy, they instead exploit the popularity of whatever is trending amongst the casuals for money. They don't care about anime as much as they care about the money they make out of them, and they are completely self-aware when they promote the mental gymnastics and the lies that the fanboys are not capable of understanding. They are in a way worse than the fanboys because they deliberately do the wrong thing for personal gain and promote the disgusting notion of consume product and be excited for more products. They are making the community worse and should be kicked out for making us all look like grifters.
An anime fan is an anime fan. We have no right to gatekeep people on how they start watching anime. People should actually kind of chill out a bit. And the reason for that, we should embrace how anime is widely accepted now, unlike 10 years ago. So I feel we shouldn't really gatekeep. I wanted to express that. I feel like we should be more accepting of anime just being more recognized nowadays. You know, a long time ago, you would have asked me 5-6 years ago, is it good that anime is getting popular? I would have said yes, I would have. But after what I have seen in the past few years alone, it's clear to me that really gatekeeping, we need to do it a little bit more. Because it's like, when I see stuff like this, to where these companies are now deleting, gushing over magical girls from their site because it's apparently CP, absolutely wild stance, especially when you have cuties on your platform. Yeah! Dude! The artwork, we gotta get a close-up of this, look at the artwork here, oh, bro, I've been waiting so long to see this, bro, it's good, look at how good this looks, dude.
Who could have foreseen this? People burn their Oshinoko manga now that it ended, and they can finally admit it was a complete waste of time. Once again it is proven that nobody actually cares about the quality of what they consume. If they did, they would just stop a series and sell their manga when they lose interest. Instead of that, they cling to it, unable to let it go until it's over. Because they just want to consume and not to think. Once it's over and they have nothing more to consume, they just destroy it completely, not letting anyone else to check it out, and move to the next thing to consume. This is the real face of the anime community. We didn't gatekeep while it was a few people who actually cared about the medium, and who obviously wouldn't be burning their collection every time a series is over. We let in all the normies and the queers and the bored people who just want to consume, and to then shit on what we love just because it ended. I checked the most recent Oshinoko reviews. The one on the right is from someone who gave many examples for why it's not a good manga. He explained everything very well. There is actual effort here. The one on the left is from a fanboy. He just repeats absolute cinema, gave it a 10 and called it a day. Where are the examples? Where is the effort? Where is the review? Both of these reviews were written during the exact same day. Which one do you think had the most reactions? The well-made one or the bullshit? If you think it's the well-made one, you are wrong. The one who is here just to consume and ridicule the medium without showing any effort or care got more attention. And guess who is gonna get attacked the most for his opinions? It's not gonna be the bullshit consumer. It's the one who put the effort and care about the medium. This is the result of not gatekeeping and instead wanting as many as possible to come in a medium so the shills can exploit their lack of critical thinking for likes and donations. I know that very well, since I belong to those who get attacked all the time for speaking the truth, and I make nothing compared to those who don't care, don't show any effort, and just ridicule the medium I like. It's the result of not gatekeeping. And not just in anime, in every facet of our society. The fallout of the Trump dunk memes winning has white people accusing black people of not being black because they supported Trump. How did they get there in the first place? The blacks let them in, supposedly to defend them against the evil white slavers. And the moment the blacks didn't obey their every command, their supposed white protectors turned against them. They cannot be called blacks anymore because they didn't bow to everything these wokes demanded. It always comes back to the same question. Why didn't you gatekeep? Because you wanted to be progressive? Well, here you go.